Hi, I'm Howie with Hobie, and this quick start video will show you some tips and tricks to get you up and running for your first outing on your Hobie Outback. Your kayak will come equipped with a MirageDrive 180 with arc cranks, which should be fully assembled as it comes to you, and the fins shifted into the forward pedaling position. To shift the fins into a reverse and back to forward, simply pull on the red tab labeled reverse, with the pedals positioned parallel with one another. A swift pull will shift it into reversed, and a swift pull on the green tab labeled forward will get you back into the forward pedaling position. To correctly install the MirageDrive 180 to your kayak for use, you'll want to start out with the cranks on a setting 4. So if you can see, there's a setting label on the top of the drum, and you want the arrow or the little alignment tab on the drive to be even with setting 4. This will get the cranks positioned vertically and it'll make for a nice, easy install. Simply slip the drive into the well and give it a firm push down until the click and go system has the levers come over the pin that hold the drive into the boat. To release the drive and take it out, simply pull the levers back toward you, lift up, and the drive will come right out. Your kayak will also come equipped from the factory with a MirageDrive well cassette plug. This is really handy if you want to paddle the kayak, and it's also really important during storage and transport. The Vantage CTW seat that comes with your kayak should be pre-assembled from the dealership, but if you're doing the install on your own, I'll show you how to get it done. The first thing you want to do is turn the seat over to access the hardware packet that's attached to the seat bottom. I've laid the seat out how it's going to assemble. So you'll want the screw to go in from the outside of the seat frame and bolt into the seat back. You will want to apply a couple drops of Loctite to the thread of the screw. Simply pop the top off of this Loctite packet, and just a couple drops on the threads is fine. And come in from the outside. And I like to start these just by hand. And then I can come in with my Phillips screwdriver and finish everything off. I'm going to do the other side before the Loctite has a chance to dry. To attach the Vantage CTW to the kayak, you want to make sure that this crossbar that the seat installs to is elevated a little bit up off the floor of the kayak. So to put that into position, simply pull back on this part here, twist the bar up. That'll make it a little bit easier to carry out the installation. To attach the Vantage CTW to your kayak, simply rest the seat on the crossbar with the kickstands resting on the kickstand pedestals at the back of the seat. Push down, tilt forward just a little bit, and then as you're pushing down and back on the seat bottom mesh, roll it back into place and ensure that it's locked in securely. It's important that before you install the seat, these seat straps are routed behind this protector here. If it's routed in front of the protector and around the bottom, if the seat strap is routed improperly, it'll affect the way that the seat fits to the crossbar. Additionally, if one side is routed improperly and the other side is routed correctly, you'll get an uneven seat back, which won't be very comfortable. One very important step in the seat installation process is making sure that this clasp is intact. This tethers the seat to the kayak, ensuring that the Vantage CTW will always stay with your boat. This Vantage seat comes with 4 points of adjustment. This gray lever adjusts the recline position of the seat back. This BOA adjustment will adjust the lumbar to be more supportive or less supportive. You have the kickstands here, which you'll use to get yourself from a low to a mid and then to a high position. And then you have a seat bottom adjustment via this gray webbing loop here. I recommend starting out with the seat in the low position and then adjusting it from there as you get more comfortable. Pull the kickstand, pull the webbing loop, seat drops down low, and then you're in the most stable position that's available. When you receive your Outback and unpack it, you may have the rudder partially installed, meaning that this up and down control line will be tied to the rudder blade, but the assembly will be loose and likely taped somewhere underneath the hull. It's just a simple 10-second installation process with a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. You want to back that screw out right there. Orient the rudder with this scoop, this notch, facing toward the stern so that it can retract. Simply put the shaft of the rudder up into the housing and then come in through the top to thread in this stainless steel screw. Simply tighten down this Phillips head screw and your rudder installation is complete. The steering lines come pre-installed and tuned from the factory, but if you ever need to retune the tension on your steering lines, simply back these screws out, adjust the tension, tighten the screws back down, and you're ready to go. To lock the rudder in the up position, simply pull back toward the seat on this T-handle. The control line becomes cleated and secures the rudder into the recess underneath the boat. To release the rudder and have it drop down, simply pull this pull tab toward the center of the boat. Now with the rudder deployed, you'll notice that with the dual steering handles, you can steer the rudder from either side of the kayak. Your MirageDrive pedals are adjustable to suit users of any height. Simply depress the gray button at the top of the crank and move the pedal into a setting that's comfortable for you. I like to compare it to fitting yourself to a bicycle. At the terminal end of a pedal motion, you want your knee to be straight but not completely locked out, and it should be comfortable. I like a setting 3, and as you can see, as I reach the terminal end of the pedal stroke, I have a slight bend in my knee still. The beauty of the adjustability in these pedals is that depending on how you're feeling throughout the day, you can constantly adjust the pedals 1 click forward or 1 click backward so you're always comfortable. This kayak comes equipped with a 2-piece adjustable fiberglass paddle and 2 drip rings separately included. Install the drip ring over the end of the paddle with the scoop facing the blade and slide it most of the way down, but the idea is to be able to have the blade contact the water without the drip ring getting submerged. This is in place to keep your hands dry as you paddle along, so you want to make sure that those drip rings don't get wet. Included with your kayak is a complete Hobie owner's manual with a registration card, so make sure you fill that out and turn it in. There's a lot more information in this owner's manual than what I'm covering here, so read it from front to back. Also shipping with your kayak will be a complete Hobie brochure that showcases the whole line of kayaks, and a parts and accessories catalog that'll be your key to outfitting and accessorizing your boat to your liking. All 3 of those pieces are also available online. Check out www.hobie.com/support. This packet of small parts includes all the fittings and hardware necessary for installing a transducer to your Hobie Guardian transducer mount and running the fish finder cables in and out of the hole really nicely. One nice accessory that's included with your 2019 Outback is this rear loader. So we've got 2 rubber kickstands integrated into this design that allows the back of your kayak to be extremely stable when you're loading it onto the top of a car or into the back of a truck. Once you've done your safety checks, like ensuring the drain plug at the stern of the kayak is properly installed and you've got an approved flotation device to wear while you're on the water, you're ready to get out there and enjoy your Hobie Outback and have some fun.